Greetings and salutations, Peter J. Cruz here. Wanted to do a off the beaten path unboxing. Most of the unboxings and other stuff I do here on the channel are usually, guitar and shred and music related, recording related. This one's a bit off the beaten path, so it's still music related, but it's a little bit less musician and more listener, I guess. So Avantasia just came out with their latest album, Moonglow, and I'm a fan of Avantasia. I have now for a number of years, and just love their stuff. And the last album that they came out with, which was Ghost Lights, they had a collector's edition. Actually, they've had collector's editions a few albums, a few albums back as well. But I've never really jumped on board with the whole collector's edition or whatever. So I did the Ghost Lights one, which I really, really liked. So when they announced this one coming out with a collector's edition, I was like, hello, yes, shut up and take my money. And here it is. I just received it today. And grab my little trusty knife. And came with, actually it's addressed Herr Peter Cruz, because I guess it's coming from Germany or whatever. And it's a little fragile. Handle with care. Thank you very much. Shut up and take my money. All right. So as you know, I haven't opened this yet, so this is the first time. And honestly, I don't even remember what the hell was in it. I remember it was like $80 or 80 something dollars or whatever plus shipping and stuff. So I don't even remember what all was in it. So here we go. Let me kind of turn this around as I'm opening it up. I guess the album. So that's everything in the box. So here's the collector's edition. It's all covered in this, and it's actually treated as an import, so I guess it was like technically imported into the US. It's like all taped and shrink wrapped and stuff. Oh, hold please. That's strange. Okay. All right, so $78.99 plus $20 for shipping and stuff. So, yeah, and it's Nuclear Blast is the record company, distributor, whatever. And I guess they're the ones that handle the importing. So, and if you're not familiar with, oh, badass. Okay. So if you're not familiar with Avantasia, they're a side project by a gentleman musician mastermind by the name of Tobias Sammet. As you can see on the album, it says Tobias Sammet's Avantasia. He's actually the lead singer and frontman and leader and whatever of the power metal band Edguy, who are German. He's German, and they have a number of albums out. I think they came out. Their first album, I think, was late '90s, early. Yeah, I think it was mid to late '90s, and they peeling the tape here, and I guess he decided somewhere along the way he wanted to do a side project, kind of like a metal opera type thing, where he had like multiple singers come in singing different parts and whatnot. And he had written a opera, which he obviously called the Metal Opera. And so he got in a whole bunch of different metal singers or singers, vocalists that are popular in the metal genre. And also some guest guitarists and guest musicians and whatnot. And he basically put together like this super group. And they went and recorded this album called the Metal Opera. Avantasia was never intended to be like a touring act. It was strictly a studio project, a side deal. Because the music really wasn't along the lines of Edguy. It was more along the lines of like a more operatic theatrical type of metal performance. And the metal opera was extremely successful. It had a lot of critical acclaim, which led to the Metal Opera Part 2, which also freaking rocked. Both albums are amazing. And then from there, he did... oh my god, what was the next one? The Scarecrow, I think, was the third or the fourth album. I want to say there was one between Metal Opera 2 and The Scarecrow. Anyway, so then a number of albums came out, and they decided they became just so popular overall that they decided to do some touring festivals and stuff like that. So they've actually done some tours and some live shows, and there's a live DVD now, Blu-ray, that you can also buy as well. But anyway, so all their albums in general are it's concept albums. So they're all, there's a story, and there's different parts, and various singers will sing the parts of a particular character in the story. And Metal Opera, of course, The Scarecrow. Then after Scarecrow, they had, which continued the story of the Scarecrow, went to Angel of Babylon, as well as the Wicked Symphony. And then they had Mystery of Time. And then the last one, I believe, was Ghost Lights, and now Moonglow, which is this one here. So there's a bunch of stuff in the box, and we'll open it up together. But one of the things was you get an autographed photo of Tobias Sammet, I guess like a postcard type deal or whatever, and it's stuck right here on the back of the album, and it's kind of glued on there pretty good. So I'm just going to leave it on there. I'm just going to tear the other plastic off. So here we are, opening up the shrink wrap. So, there. So I'm going to put this in a safe place because this is going to make it to my wall of fame. So ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Moonglow, Collector's Edition by Avantasia. And I am hereby certified as owner 104 of 1000. So there's a certificate of authenticity, I suppose. I'll put that back in the lid. Then there's the actual limited edition digibook. So here's the album with a little digibook. Looks like it's got a... I'm opening this one up too. And there was a number of different collector's edition types that were available. So okay, so we've got this like little storybook type of thing with, I guess, lyrics and whatnot, pictures, and yeah, so like pictures and lyrics, and then the CD is in the pocket here in the back, and it's got a nice little there you go, and then the back. And I really haven't read up too much on the actual story for Moonglow, but from what I remember, it has something to do with a individual or creature who's kind of like a night creature, werewolf type, who is afraid of society and is kind of an introvert or something to that effect. Again, I'd have to read the story again. It's been a little while. Another postcard similar to the one that's included with the autograph on it. And then there's a bonus instrumental CD. So all the songs on the album are also here, sort of like a karaoke version, except this is the actual songs from the album, minus the vocals. So for you aspiring vocalists who want to do, like covers on YouTube, get the collector's edition, because then you would get that disc. Throw it, rip it into a digital audio workstation, lay your vocal track down with some effects, and you'd be good to go. And this here is I guess a vinyl single. Yeah. Ooh. There you go. So it's got side A's got the song Moonglow featuring Candice Knight, one of the guest stars on the album. And side B is Where Clock Hands Freeze, which is a demo from 2012. When Clock Hands Freeze is actually one of the songs off of Mystery of Time, if I remember correctly. And their album, their concepts, their stories are phenomenal. I mean, they're very deep and everything else. And I have a world tour poster as well of Avantasia for the world tour, which I kind of. This is all Europe. Well, Australia, because they go to Melbourne and Sydney, Budapest, Moscow, Stockholm, Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, Pateln, wherever, CH, that's Switzerland. Yeah. Then Germany, UK, Germany, France, they go to Paris, and a bunch of locations in Germany, Berlin, Fulda, Ludwigsburg, Italy, they go to Milan, Czech Republic, they go to Prague, and again, start off for Germany. So they hit in Germany, they hit quite a few stops. But of course, they're German, so no surprises there, I suppose. And then, ooh, this is a book. Wow. Okay, it's not a book. I saw it is the back of the box. This is actually an LP. So it's a 2-disc. Hold on. So you get the cover, then you have the back cover, which includes side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4, and listing of all the tracks on each side. And then there's a list of all the guest musicians that are actually on the album. And I'll go over real quick. I won't go over the songs, but I'll go over the musicians. You have Tobias Sammet, vocals, additional keys, bass. He's naturally a bass player. Hansi Kuric, I'm not familiar with him, but he's a vocalist. Ronnie Atkins, also vocals. Jorn Landa, yes! Dude rocks. He's vocals. Mille Pedrosa, vocals. Candice Knight, vocals. Jeff Tate of Operation Mindcrime fame, Queensryche fame, vocals. Eric Martin, Mr. Big, vocals. Bob Catley, I think he's from Magnum, if I remember correctly, also for vocals. And one of my favorites, Michael Kiske, former Halloween, solo artist now. He does a lot of collaborations, a lot of projects. He's been, I think, on every single Avantasia album so far. So rock on. Sasha Path, who's guitar and bass. Michael Rodenberg, orchestration and keyboards. I think he plays an Edguy, but I could be mistaken. Nadia Birkenstock, she plays a Celtic harp. Interesting instrumentations. Oliver Hartman, additional lead guitar on the Ravenchild and backing vocals. And he actually is an amazing singer, because on one of the live albums, he plays guitar and he shreds. And he's a killer vocalist. It's hysterical. Herbie Langhans, backing vocals. Billy King, backing vocals. Bridget Folge, Fogley, backing vocals. Lorato Sabel, backing vocals. Alvin LaBass, backing vocals. Stokely Van Dahl, backing vocals. And Felix Bunke, drums. And I know he for sure is the drummer for Edguy. And then if you open up the LP, got another little, I guess, as a story or credits or something. Yeah, it's all like, special thanks and a whole list of people that they thank and a breakdown of the roster on the back again and where it was recorded and where, what it was recorded or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, on this sleeve here, you've got one LP, and there's some else printed here. There's it's a slip. And this is Moonglow, Ghost in the Night. Okay, so then this is like a lyric sheet for, I guess, this LP, this disc here. Ravenchild. Ah, shit. And then the other disc here Okay, this one doesn't have a slip. Another vinyl disc. And that is the collector's edition for Avantasia's new Moonglow, which just came out last week. I think it came out last Thursday. The 15th, 14th, maybe the 11th. I don't remember the exact date it was released, but again, this one came as an import, so it came a few days later than did the release. It's been available on Amazon since whatever day it came out. And I've got Amazon Unlimited Music Prime, blah, blah, blah. So I've been listening to it, that and a few other things, of course, since release day. So it's all been good. Thanks, Tobias. I mean, you just hit it out of the park every fucking time. Good job. And that's it. So thanks, guys, for tuning in, checking it out, and rock on. We'll catch you later.